Hello. All right, we're back. Day 46, the 21st of December. We're coming up for Christmas. Apparently there's a special thing that happens if you're in a particular room on Christmas Day. We have unlocked the first of the sanctum rooms and found something that completely befuddled me. And we have a bunch of other things to do and to find. I partially drained the fountain yesterday. I've got one more bit of allowance, so we start with slightly more cash. Charge my Fitbit up a little while this is happening. That's going because I forgot to plug it in last night. All right. We start with 10. Not the masses of money we need, but we're getting there. We had all the coin and all the keys yesterday. That won't happen again. Hey Keith, I'm just trying to decide. Let's go with the trading post again. And see how we go. Starting a little later tonight, so it'll probably be a shorter stream. We read the Curse of Blackbridge yesterday. Don't know that we're going to do that again in a hurry. All right, in we go. We have a key and a red memo. Running shoes and a gem. Not exactly being kind to us today. Yeah, I felt like I got a fair bit done yesterday. I don't know how much of it was stuff that's going to progress things along. I'll really block that off. This could be a short day. Any of those that I want to look at again with a magnifying glass. Let's take the throne room. Yes, the Curse of Blackbridge was very much an exposition in the way myth works. Gotta kind of take that one, otherwise we're done for the day. We have a vault key. Have I had 233 before? I don't know if I have. All right, math time. It was starting to get a bit complicated yesterday. Let's bring up the instructions. All right. 1 plus 0 is 1. 10 minus 4 is 6, minus 2 is 4. Multiplied by 2 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. One plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, squared is 36, minus 20 is 16. Multiplied by 2 is 32, divided by 2 is 16. 10 minus 1 is 9, squared is 81, divided by 9 is 9. Oh, we have the secret garden key. That's nice. Avon has opinions. Shovel would be lovely. The box next to this box displays a false statement. The box next to this box contains the gems. The box next to the black box had no statement, therefore that one was false, and this one had no statement, so it was neither true nor false, so that one had to be true. Is there only one dirt pile in here? There's usually several. That's disappointing. Where's the morning room? Down there. Sometimes there is dirt in the morning room. Okay, what can we do today? Can we do email? Yeah, we did this one yesterday. I need to. All right, let's see what we see. I really need a I haven't had the gallery before. Let's have the gallery and see what's in it. Because thieves. It's the 7 deadly sins. we've got fire hydrants, apples, roses, stop signs, little red wagons, and a big letter P in the air. Okay. I'll come back for that one. Two of them are right. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one. So we have a fin and sin. We have a rug. We have nails. We have infinity. I've got a couple of different words in my head, but they're not coming up. All right. A rose, a fire hydrant, stop sign that's upside down, a wagon with P, clouds in the air. No. I want the boiler room, but I want it there. That picture says absolutely nothing to me. Pointless, doesn't fit. Points didn't fit, I don't think. Didn't have the letters. Hey, how you doing? On N. And I don't think there is one. No. Poison is a valid word. They're all red. Don't think I've got enough letters for Scarlet. Yes, you are seeing the picture in black and white, but a fire hydrant is traditionally red, a rose is red, a stop sign is red, apples are frequently red. A little red wagon, I'm not sure what the P stands for. What's a red P? Purple? Don't think I've got the letters for that either. Puce? Synonyms for red. One letter short. I was trying for cherry. Oh, we do claret. No, we can't do claret. We don't have an L there. Coral is one letter short. Scarlet was one letter too long. Maroon was the right length, but we don't have the right letters for it. It's not wanted. Pause? I don't think that fits either. I think there's a U in that slot. I think I've looked for that before. Passion has 2 S's. I don't think there's a U in that spot though. Maybe. Is there an H there? Nope, it's not pushed. Okay, that one's locked in now, so that one's correct. That one's not. That one's not. All right. So variety is not correct. The only one that's correct at the moment is think. So the actual objective Okay, it's not fortune. It might be. It's in the distance. Wondering if it's in veno veritas. In wine there is truth. They can see the truth. They can see it in the distance. I was going for pursuit. There's enough letters, but it doesn't work. This is the gallery puzzle. Oh, is it a rebus? I don't think it is a rebus. Realise, maybe? Yep, realise. All right, we got one of the two chests. That's kind of disappointing. 2 gems. Hopefully there's something good in that one. All right. So that one's correct. Stuck on infinity with all the sins. We've got a shark in the sea. We've got an animal raga on a chessboard. Because I feel like infinity and fin are part of the pun here. Okay, what do you think the other two are? Okay. You're doing well. Yeah, ponder, that could be good. Let's see if we've got a T and then an E. I think Vamp's going to take the prize here. Yep, that one's right. So we reckon ponder. I can't remember if we've got the right letters. Hey, Bill. If Vamp leads me astray, I can take that up with her in person. Good. So we just need an R on this last one. Does it have an R? I can't remember. Yes. Ponder. Hi, Bill. Welcome. I generally haven't been doing a lot of in the way of hints and clues. Oh, we've got a key. What key is it? Oh, the room 8 key. Presumably will unlock room 8. Question is, do I keep that key or do I have to solve this each time? All right. And the question is, are the puzzles the same each time? Oh, let me put this in my journal. All right. So puzzles, the gallery. I was working on the Mora J boxes earlier today. So in last night's stream, I unlocked my first sanctum room. And I'm befuddled, and I think I opened the wrong one first because I could have solved the one next to it. Gallery. Remember to use the American spelling. Variations on thought, on understanding. All right. I don't know if the puzzles will be different next time I'm here, but I've written down what they are for that. 10 more days till you're home. So we got the room 8 key, we got the coins, we got the gems. So we have the foyer. They went chime. I think that's because corridor doors are going to be open. I don't want to go back through the chapel if I can help it. All right, foyer, through we go. I think I've blocked myself off for the day. I really want to look at... Oh, no, I've already looked at that with the magnifying glass. There was something else I wanted to look at with the magnifying glass. I wanted to go to the tomb with a magnifying glass, but I didn't get the tomb today. Okay, we haven't had mail here before. Let's have a look at what the mail here says. Lock it down, lock it all down. That doesn't bode at all. At all, at all. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we'll be sealing off the entrance to the Blackbridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. Not sure how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures we should be considering given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Randolph. Chef de camp, freezer access. Please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive and they're already accounting for normal variations due to expected use and staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related not to your freezer visit, but to the use of the furnace in close proximity. In future, you should try and draft a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on the temperature in the house and even more so on the rooms in close proximity to it. We kind of knew that already. I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments in this past week. I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during the normal working hours. However, on Friday I was making my famous black truffle pizza and had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. Hope I didn't mess anything up. We kind of already knew about that. It was April. I feel like there would have been more than 4 messages. Oh, I found everything now. Okay. Oh, the trophy was the last one we hadn't found. Possibly power source. Okay. We're running out of rooms. Guess we're going back through this chapel. That looks to be my only option. At least if I get the chapel... I might be able to draw the utility closet and turn off the power to the keycard access and go into the basement. So I don't know that that will do me much today. Do we have a key in here on the floor or something? Sometimes there is. Not today by the look of it. I don't have a sledgehammer, I don't think. Nope. I have an aquarium, so I get an extra 10 steps. So that's the Black Beach Grotto key symbol. That's interesting. Yeah, we have no money, so we have nothing to lose going into the chapel. Small ruby candelabra, if and when I have something to light them. There's a good chance that'll stuff me up. Losing half my steps, I still get to see where I'm going. It's a dead end, but it lets me do that. Then back through security. Conveniently located close by, looking for keys on the floor. Don't think that makes any difference at this point. I think every door has been accounted for. I don't have a basement key though. That doesn't help me anyway. Laboratory. Guess we're going up through the laboratory. I can't remember what we found up there. Did we open that door? I don't remember. That's right, it needed a key. Let's use key 8. See what we get. Does not fit. I needed a key. That's why I was there. I don't have a sledgehammer. I don't know if I have anything I can trade at the trading post, but let's see what we find. I'm sure these hands are significant at some point other than pointing where the door is. Go to the dining room. I misstepped. Through the aquarium. Through the secret passage. Looking for fruit as I go through. Any keys that might have shown up on sideboards somewhere. Now you're just having a laugh. Giving me a sanctum key when I won't be able to get back there. Yes, I collected the bits in there. I really needed the tomb today, not the trading post. But let's see if it'll let me swap anything. I don't want to get rid of a sanctum key, but it's probably my best option. Haven't had an upgrade key in a while, so where was the closest room with a computer? Going to be Blackbridge Grotto. I keep getting the outside rooms. It'll be Blackbridge Grotto. Let's get something productive out of today. Adding stars is good, but at the moment power source is the thing that's giving me trouble. My understanding is you can redo rooms sometimes once you've done them all. Because I do know at some point the stars wrap around. I'm tempted to take electric eel. I may have regrets on this. I have lock picks. I might be able to get through that door. Probably not. Checking my list. Can't do it, but we might. If I can get fruit, maybe. Might see room 8 if we're lucky. I don't know where room 8 has to go. Might have specific placement rules. Did we trade the running shoes? I can't remember. No. We might just sneak in. Still no sledgehammer. Through the morning room, through the pool to the billiard room. No new fruit. No keys, no new fruit. Of course, the rock picks are not going to work. Oh, it did. Did I saw the shovel? No. No, where's she facing that way? You can make something that improves the odds of it working, but you need the workshop and you need the right items. Haven't made that item yet. I would say it's worked probably less than 20% of the time. Oh, we get to see room 8. To first begin, place me in a bin with an N within its sin. The sum of my sin is penned as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. I share a trend with my neighbour's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. To my chagrin, my neighbour's sin is written thin to fit it all in. Where did it put it down? Where did it put it? Did I just lose one? Oh, place figure. Let's try that. First to begin, place me in a bin with an N within its sin. It's usually pride, which is hubris. The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we're in. I share a trend with my neighbour's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Okay, so it goes in one of those. So I'm going to say that one comes out. Alright, no, that one goes back in there because that's the only one I was really comfortable with, so that means that one comes out. Alright, so So they each have a double letter. So that has 2 N's and that has 2 A's. Mundanity is written thin in order to get all the letters in. So I'm pretty sure those two go there. All right, that one has to go there because it has to go on an end. The swan has to be in one of those two. So I'm sure about those ones. The swan needs to be in one of those two. So we have, let me go to the puzzle page. Would you say that gluttony is written narrow? Not nearly as narrow as mundanity. Spot arrow correctly. Alright. The animals. So we have rabbit. So that's the only one. We have two words next to each other with the same letter repeated. Nowhere else does that appear. So that has to be there in one of those two spots. Alright, so next one. To my chagrin, my neighbour's sin is written thin to fit it all in. I'm sure elephants never forget. Bear. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den while there's a bear, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Now the den is the room that has all the clocks where the time passes faster because the bear goes into hibernation and sleeps, which is why I picked sloth for the bear. Unsurprisingly, key 8 unlocked a door leading to a familiar-looking room, a cryptic room that has been previewed in the final 8-letter artwork exhibited in the gallery. It is now time to ruminate over the bins and sins and pins contained within. So we have the gallery and room 8. We're filled in those two rooms today. Right, so I think that's all the blue rooms now found. We have one shop we haven't seen, 2 studio editions, 2 found floor plans. We've seen all the outer rooms. Alright. Puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. That's the bear. We had the lion. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. I think hubris would be a better fit for a line, but it doesn't have an N in it. So what is this? This is a gull or something? A bird? Bird. The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. We have monkey. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Swan. I recommend you think again if I am ever in a bin far from the bin. What do you think you've worked out, Keith? Just going to make a note of this last one. We've got the dog, which I'm pretty sure has to go here. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin down on the end. I'm not a fast typist. All right. So I'm pretty sure the rabbit and the elephant are in the correct spots, because the elephant, I think, has to be next to mundanity. What did I just do? All right, so if we hate it, is that wrath, as in anger? Is that what we're thinking? I'm interested that they've added an 8 one. 8 or hate. Yeah, it could be gluttony. So that one is the rabbit. Mundanity and hubris will be the dog. So you're saying you think The bird should be in gluttony. Well, there's not a bin labelled. There's not a bin labelled hate. It'll be between wrath and gluttony. So let's grab wrath. Depends on what it thinks is far from. So we thought the bird, which I'm not sure if it is in a penguin, might be 8 and it's in gluttony. So, one with the N in it, we only have envy left with an N in it. So we'll put him in envy. We'll put the swan in there and the monkey in there. I didn't hear anything go noise. So I don't think that's the solution. The lion has to be in either envy or gluttony, because the rabbit has to be in mundanity. Pretty sure the bear goes in sloth. I did wonder whether we had Roman numerals and NV. So we've got infinity rather than 8. So it is room 8 is the name of the room. Ruminate, again, that's gluttony. To eat. And the swan's on the mantle in the den. Where have we seen a bear? The den has all the clocks. Yeah, I'd take a screenshot of the den. It's looking very much like I didn't take a screenshot of the den. Saw the den very early on. Yeah, I saw the den on day 1. I don't seem to have taken screenshots of it. Yeah, to a futile attempt to avoid inevitably wasting the entire day here. So I'm sure that's sloth. I'm sure the bear is in sloth. There are swans on the mantle, but I'm sure the bear is sloth from the clue with the bear. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which minute I'm off the bin. So that gives us half of them. The other half, the ones that we don't know for sure, as much as we know anything for sure, is the lion, the bird, the monkey, the swan. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the bin. So I reckon the swan is in envy or lust. The lion has to be in envy or gluttony. The bird is the sum of my sinners penned is the number of the room we're in. I mean, I suppose I can swap the swan and the monkey and see how we go. It depends on how far is far. Maybe only the dog has to be on the end. The rabbit has to be in one of avarice and mundanity, and the elephant needs to be in the one next to the one where the letters are all squished up. So I think the dog has to be in hubris. The clue on the monkey is not making a lot of sense to me. Like, what's the tail of the skin? Is it like a knee, envy, maybe? But we'll try swapping those two over. And then if that doesn't work, we'll swap. Nothing? All right, we'll put the monkey. Grab that back. We'll put that there. That'll go to gluttony. So I was seeing that's like end of the knee, NB. I mean, is gluttony squished up? Not compared to mundanity. I understand what you're saying about the end of the line of the boxes, but this has to be on an end. And that's the one that's squished up, which means the elephant has to be there and the rabbit has to be in the other one, in the rabbit's clue, and I'm sure the bear goes in sloth. So The line has to be in gluttony or envy. I think I've had this combination before. Well, you got by the skin of my teeth. By bend in the tail of the skin. The butt. I mean, I put the monkey in gluttony originally thinking the glutes. Because your butt is often thought of as your end. Well, Let's say gluttony is also bunched up. And we do take your bris clue for the monkey. So let's take the dog. We take the rabbit. The rabbit has to be in Aravis then. No, yeah, in Aravis. Because the dog has to be in mundanity. He's only got 2 possible spots he can go in. So we think that the monkey is at the end of the bend of the tail. So we'll take Vamp's logic and we'll put the monkey there. And we'll say that gluttony is the other one that's bunched up. So we'll put the elephant next to gluttony because I'm confident that the bear is sloth. There's a noise. Ooh. Allowance tokens. And the room 8 trophy. We got a trophy. We didn't get a key, but we got a trophy. We have 1 more door up the cloister. We have 8 steps. Yeah, perfect room drawers. We can get to the antechamber, but we have no keys. We only have the lockpicks. Don't like my chances. So let's write that down. Hang on. So the monkey went at hubris. The bear stayed at sloth. The rabbit went to Aravis. The dog was at mundanity. The bird was at gluttony. The lion was at envy. The swan was at lust. What was left at wrath? The elephant. Okay. All right. It worked. I should have listened to you sooner. I'm going to go with the rotunda. Use most of our gems. I wonder if it's being kind to me with the lockpicks at the moment. Well, I spoke too soon. Shouldn't have said anything. That's the one I've got open. Not more that I can do today, but I have lifted my allowance to 15. And my stars are at 40, so yeah, I don't know how many, but I'll get tomorrow. I'll get the observatory. I have 6 steps left. I don't think I can do anything useful with 6 steps. We upgraded one room. I think that's it for the day. I think I only got to do one day today because I just did not have the time to do more. I don't know either. Yeah. You can't see the face I'm making. What's on the floor in the middle of the room? Okay, we solved that. We did 2 new puzzles. Vampy was a star. I've done the Moira J puzzle in this room before. I've looked at that before. Haven't worked out how to do that yet. I don't have that door open and I don't have the other door I'm at open. Now, if I can't play tomorrow probably, or if I do it will be late again because I have to take my mother-in-law out for dinner tomorrow and that's the end of the day. All right, so we did achieve some stuff today. I had yet another day of a sanctum key that I couldn't open. All right, 2 new rooms, 4 green rooms. Is it tomorrow you go get the plan? And I will get a package delivery tomorrow in the mailroom. So I'm starting with more allowance and a package. So that won't hurt. And I think I start with some gems. I think I start with some bonus gems. Only 2, but it'll help. All right, that is the end of day 46. Thanks everyone who dropped by. That was a strange day. A couple of brain breaky puzzles. Yeah, we're going out for dinner, and then depending on how late that runs, I might log on and do something afterwards or not. We'll see. But thanks for coming by.